Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourself. Please subscribe the channel and also please do like and share and let me know in the comment section with your observation. Today we are going to discuss about dormant and inoperative or inactive account. Inoperative or inactive account. If you have a current or a savings bank account and have not done any transactions through it for more than 12 months, then it will be classified as an inoperative or inactive account. Dormant account. Similarly, if you do not make any transactions from your bank account for 24 months, then it will be classified as dormant account. Classification of inoperative or dormant accounts. Savings as well as current account will be treated as inoperative or dormant if there are no transactions in the account for over a period of 2 years. For the purpose of classifying an account as inoperative, both the type of transactions, that is debit as well as credit transactions induced at the instance of customers as well as third party will be considered. However, the service charges levied by the bank or interest credited by the bank will not be considered. Simply as per Reserve Bank of India guidelines, an account becomes dormant if a customer does not initiate transactions such as withdrawal of cash at a branch or automated teller machine, payment by check, transfer of funds through internet banking, mobile banking, or ATMs. There are maybe instances where the customer has given a mandate for crediting the interest on term deposit account and or crediting dividend on shares to the savings bank account, and there are no other operations in the savings bank account. Since the interest on term deposit account and or dividend on shares are credited to the savings bank accounts as per the mandate of the customer, the same will be treated as a customer induced transaction. As such, the account should be treated as an operative account as long as the interest on the term deposit account and or dividend on shares are credited to the savings bank account. The savings bank account can be treated as inoperative account only after 2 years from the date of the last credit entry of the interest on term deposit account. Bank will be taken steps in accounts which are not operated for more than 1 year. Bank will make an annual review of accounts in which there are no operations, that is, no credit or debit other than crediting of periodic interest or debiting of service charges for more than 1 year. The bank may approach customers and advise them in writing that there has been no operation in their accounts and ascertain the reasons for the same. In case the non-operation in the account is due to shifting of the customers from the locality, they may be asked to provide the details of the new bank account to which the balance in the existing account could be transferred. If the letters are returned undelivered, the customers will immediately be put on inquiry to find out their whereabouts or their legal heirs in case they are deceased. In case the whereabouts of the customers are not traceable, bank will consider contacting the persons who had introduced the account holder. Bank may also consider contacting the employer or any other person whose details are available with bank's record. Bank may also consider contacting the account holder telephonically in case his telephone number or cell number has been furnished to the bank. In case of non-resident accounts, the bank may also contact the account holders through email and obtain their confirmation of the details of the account. In case any reply is received from the account holder giving the reasons for not operating the account, bank may continue classifying the same as an operative account for 1 more year, within which period the account holder will be requested to operate the account. However, in case the account holder still does not operate the same during the extended period, bank will classify the same as inoperative account after the expiry of the extended period. Bank will also communicate the account holders through SMS or email or letter on their registered contact details with the bank 3 months prior to categorization of such accounts as inoperative or dormant. In case of joint accounts, the joint holders will also be communicated as per time stipulated above, that is 3 months prior to categorization as inoperative or dormant account. Restrictions in inoperative or inactive accounts and dormant accounts. Once an account is inoperative or inactive, the account holder cannot do the following: request a checkbook, request a debit card, access internet banking, and get a user ID and password. Once the account becomes dormant, apart from the above restrictions, the account holder is also not permitted to change other account information such as residential and office address, email address, and contact number. Additionally, no transactions allowed through the bank branch, ATMs, mobile banking, and internet. Renew the ATM or debit card. Modification of signature, add or delete a joint holders on the account. Penalty on account dormancy or deactivation. Presently, there is no penalty. Deactivate, reactivating an inactive or dormant account. Some banks provides customers the additional option to request account activation through internet banking by performing a token transaction online. Apart from this, customers may call the available customer care number or contact the bank branch directly. To reactivate an inactive account, a duly filled application form must be submitted to the bank to which the customer needs fill in the reason for account inactivity or absence. The account holder must be physically present at the bank and submit the valid address and identify proofs. He oblique C must take all these documents to the branch and also complete all necessary know your customer formalities similar to opening a new account. Banks are stringent and methodical about verifying customers' credentials before actually going ahead and reactivating accounts, especially if they have been inactive for a long time. The account holder must be physically present at the bank and submit the valid address and identify proofs. He or she must take all these documents to take to the branch and also complete all necessary know your customer formalities similar to opening a new account. In case of a dormant account, the account holder has to submit a written request and provide accepted identity proof. The account holder's signature may also be verified to activate the dormant account. Subsequent to completion of such formalities, the account usually gets activated within 24 hours. Preventing an account from becoming inactive or dormant. The old proverb, prevention is better than cure, should be your guide in this regard. To avoid the hassles of dealing with an inactive or dormant account and bearing applicable penalties, it is best to carry out transactions once in a while, ideally once every 6 months, or at the very least once in a year for all the savings or current accounts that you currently have. Such transactions include regularly conducting basic banking transactions like withdrawal or deposit of cash, funds transfer through any banking channel, check and bill payments, etc. If you have moved to a different city or out of the country, you can log into your account through net banking and transfer small amounts between accounts just to keep the account active. However, if you feel that the account is not useful to you in any way, it would be best to get it closed. However, you should note that many banks charge a fee if you are closing your current or savings account within 1 year of opening it. Depository Education and Awareness Fund Scheme DEEP 2014. In terms of announcement of monetary policy 2013-14 and pursuant to the amendment of the Banking Regulation Act 1949, Section 26A has been inserted in the Act empowering Reserve Bank of India to establish the Depository Education and Awareness Fund. The same is notified by Government of India on May 24, 2014, and the scheme is operationalized from 24th May 2014. Under the provisions of this section, the credit amount of any accounts with bank which has not been operated upon a period of 10 years or any deposit or any amount remaining unclaimed for more than 10 years, including the accrued interest that the bank would have been required to pay to the customer or depositors as on date of transfer will be credited or transferred to the fund maintained with RBI on monthly basis. Bank has carried out first transfer to the fund on 30th June 2014. Since onwards, bank is needed to transfer or credit the fund to RBI on monthly basis. Monthly statement on the amount transferred or credited in the fund will be submitted to RBI after duly certified by concurrent auditor. The credit balances of following accounts, including customer accounts, will be credited transferred to the fund. Savings bank deposit accounts, fixed or term deposit accounts, recurring deposit accounts, current deposit accounts, other deposit accounts in any form or with any name, cash credit accounts, loan accounts after appropriation by the banks, margin money against issue of letter of credit or guarantee, etc., or any security deposit. Outstanding telegraphic transfers, mail transfers, demand drafts, pay orders, banker checks, sundry deposit accounts, Vostro accounts, interbank clearing adjustments, unadjusted national electronic funds transfer, credit balances, and other such transitory accounts, unreconciled credit balances on account of automated teller machine transactions, etc. Undrawn balance amounts remaining in any prepaid card issued by the banks, but not amounts outstanding against traveler's check or other similar instruments which have no maturity period. Rupee proceeds of foreign currency deposits held by banks after conversion of foreign currency to rupee in accordance with extant foreign exchange regulations. Such other amounts as bank may be specified by the Reserve Bank from time to time. Any amount payable in foreign currency under an instrument or a transaction that has remained unclaimed for 10 years or more will at the time of transfers to the fund be converted into Indian rupees at the exchange rate prevailing on that date, and in the event of a claim, the fund will be liable to refund only the Indian rupees received by the fund with respect to such instrument or transaction. Depositor or claimant's request for refund of amount transferred to DEEP along with interest. In case of demand from a customer or depositor whose unclaimed amount or deposit had been transferred to fund, bank will repay the customer or depositor along with interest if applicable and lodge a claim for refund from the fund for an equivalent amount paid to the customer or depositor. The interest payable, if any, from the fund on a claim will accrue only from the date on which the balance in an account was transferred to the fund to the date of payment to the customer or depositor. No interest will be payable in respect of amounts refunded from the fund where no interest was payable by the bank to customer or depositor. Rate of interest, if any, payable on the principal amount transferred to the fund will be as specified by Reserve Bank from time to time. In the case of a claim for refund of foreign currency denominated deposit accounts, instruments or transactions specified above, the bank will be entitled to claim refund of the eligible amount from the fund in Indian rupees only. In case of any claim for refund of part amount by the depositor whose unclaimed amount or inoperative deposit had been transferred to the fund, the account will be revived and treated as operative. The bank will claim the entire amount transferred to the fund in respect of such depositor along with interest payable, if any, from the fund. As per Reserve Bank of India RBI direction, bank has authorized any two jointly out of the designated officials as authorized signatories to operate the account for the claims or refund on behalf of the bank from the fund. Accordingly, refunds made by the bank in each calendar month will be claimed for reimbursement from the fund on the last working day of the subsequent month by authorized signatories. Display the list of inoperative or unclaimed accounts on bank's website. Bank will display the name and address of account holders of unclaimed deposit accounts which are inactive or inoperative for 10 years or more on bank's website with find option. In case such accounts are not in the name of individuals, the name of individuals authorized to operate the account should be indicated. Bank will also display the information on the process of claiming the unclaimed deposit or activating the inoperative account and necessary forms and documents for claiming the same on the bank's website. Thank you.